for India at least. But Professor Swaran Singh, your take on India's association with Taliban. What message does it really send out to women across? In your view, Taliban, as you know, has erased women from public life there. And, you know, how do you think women are going to perceive India recognizing Taliban and agreeing with it, doing business with it? I understand that India is looking at its own business interests, but this is something that is so glaring that we can't overlook. Taliban has been known to be suppressing its women, and they're frowned upon. They have cases in the international court. This is alarming. But at the same time, tell us, how much can India trust Taliban? Can we really trust Taliban and their assurances that they will not use Afghan soil for any anti-India terror operation?
I think, Navila, on the day when Maria Machado received the Nobel Peace Prize in a country called India, which celebrates women power, and Prime Minister has been talking about women-led development. Afghan Foreign Minister's press conference not allowing any women journalists is instructive of the kind of risks. You mentioned whether it is a bold initiative or it is a risky adventure. Indeed, all bold initiatives would have certain amount of risk. So here is a reputational risk for India in terms of investing itself in engaging Taliban. But let's look at the larger picture. Whether it is the HTS, the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham in Syria, or Taliban in Afghanistan, world has a far more pragmatic approach towards them. They also have a far more de-ideologized approach to dealing with the global partnerships in that sense. So result is Russia has already recognized Taliban and exchanged ambassadors. Others like China, Pakistan, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, and now India are doing de facto kind of interactions with them, not formally recognizing as yet. So there's a global picture where there's a far more pragmatic approach to, regimes of this nature, HTS and Taliban in this case. And I think it is interesting that you are also underlining whether promises that are being made, for example, Mottaki is saying here that Afghan soil will not be allowed to be used against India's interests, and he's indicating terrorism in this case. But reality is that Taliban at home is relatively much more divided than the Taliban that was in 1996. So whether they are going to be actually able to deliver things on ground in terms of, various factions working together, various other challenging groups that exist still in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan, and the other stakeholders, what view China, Pakistan, Russia will take on how they are engaging with India. So that definitely we have also understanding of their limitations, and we understand fundamentally it is the Sharia-led kind of ideology which they have. So we will have to calculate our risks and the kind of benefits that we wish to draw, and that has already been underlined. India's primary approach is ensuring strategic interests, regional balance in terms of how we engage with Taliban 2.0. I want you to also note that in Foreign Minister Jaishankar's interventions and speech, he used word Afghanistan rather than Taliban. So there is perhaps a little caution as to how we want to articulate who are we engaging, whether it is the regime or it is the nation. So in that sense, the outlining of a whole set of initiatives that we want to now start afresh and protect our earlier investments there is fundamentally strategic interest driven kind of engagement with Taliban. But we have to be cautious because Taliban, whether they can deliver on what they are saying they will do with India is something that is still to be seen, and I think we have to be really cautious on that.